Hi you guys, and welcome back to my channel. I just got done doing a collective reading on my backup account, which is Ravishing Reads 2.0. I'm on my main account, which is Ravishing Reads. This used to be an old name that I had for when I first started doing readings, and I wanted to create a brand and everything like that. But welcome. If you are new here, it's great to meet you. I hope you stick around. If not, totally fine. If you are joining back in as a regular or an OG, welcome. It's great to have you back. I hope you stick around. But it is fun if you do not. Alright. I just posted a reading on my backup account and then I went live. So I will be uploading my live and the video that I did on my backup account on my YouTube. So if you guys ever feel called to go check those out, feel free. But I'm about to get ready to get started on a collective for this account. And this is also another live that will be uploaded to my YouTube. I always try to make sure I upload my lives. Some of you guys don't see something. There's a need to shift your perspective. It's literally bringing back up the reading that we had before. And I mean, maybe that's just because how I'm looking at it. It doesn't necessarily have to be talking about the same reading that I did not long ago. But I mean, excuse me. It says a breakthrough is at hand. Love that. All right, we got miracles coming out in the reverse with solitude. That's what I'm saying. And it brings me back to that moon energy that I've come across with the hangman. You know, the moon can usually tie to the subconscious, intuition, secrets, you know, illusions, things not being what it seems, you know. And it doesn't have to be in a bad way. It could just mean that you don't, you know, something is new to you, unknown to you. Maybe you're walking down this dark path, and dark can be looked at as a metaphor, right? Something that you don't really, things that you don't really see, know, understand, right? And I feel like you guys are encouraged to surrender to the journey. And a lot of you guys could be. Like, I feel like you're encouraged to release control and just enjoy the journey. Literally the message that I was doing not long ago. Literally. So it seems that the whole world needs to just hear the same message at this point. We got surrendering to the journey and wandering path. Literally. A lot of you guys, this is your first time living, right? You know that saying that's going around, oh, don't beat yourself up, don't be too hard on yourself. This is your first time being alive. You know, this is your first time experiencing life. You know, it mainly was coming off being, you know, more gentle with your parents or whatever, because this is their first time being alive. Because, you know, a lot of times you could get trauma or whatever from your own parent or guardian. Those are your first bullies or etc., right? Not to sound a bit harsh, but I'm also stating reality, maybe even validating a lot of you guys' emotions and feelings. This song is by Ama Louise, AMA. It's called Send Your Loving. Man. Life, look, she says, only, like, save me from my mind. Something of the sort, man. A lot of you guys can be lover girls, lover guys, and not in a way that's just like, oh, I love and to date people and da-da-da. But even towards platonic connections, like, you're just a loving being. And I feel like you guys are surrendering to the journey. Possibly not even knowing what to do, how to do it, what to think, what to believe in, what to feel. You're just wandering on a path, figuring it out as you go. For others of you guys, like I said, you're being encouraged to release control and just enjoy the journey. With solitude here, I feel like a lot of you guys are in solitude for a reason, or it's been calling out to you for a reason. Because in silence, peace prevails. This is a form of healing, is what I'm picking up on. Miracles in the reverse. It says, expect the wondrous to emerge. You have to expect the wondrous to emerge. A lot of you guys, like I said, with the way that you feel or think, like, this can really be a part two to the previous collective that I've done, actually. 123 angel number. And then we have faraway places here. It says, get ready for new horizons. Some of you guys, you're about to come into a shifted perspective. Some of you guys, you're about to come into, like I said, a new way of thinking, a new way of living, a new way of being, or is encouraged. This most definitely is the path of peace, inner peace at that. And if all of us get on that same accord, world peace, literally. Simplify your life. Everything doesn't have to be so difficult. Everything doesn't have to be so negative, so hurtful, so this, so that, because in actuality, that's not even what's, I'm telling you, I can't even say my words, articulate my words for real, but like I said, I've already did a collective like this literally not long ago. I thought I was about to do like some type of love reading, but I mean, this can also be a love reading. It's just less of just a main romantic kind, but you know, just more broad, not just limited to romance, right? But you can think about romance in a situation, platonic, romantic, strangers, whatever. Just people overall in your heart space, right? And then Melanie Martinez, pacify her coming on. It's a lot of insecurities, a lot of trauma, a lot of hate, a lot of anger, a lot of sadness, a lot of depression. It's just crazy. We got in the flow, like, just, man. And then it says everything is smooth sailing. Just allow it to. Sometimes we get in the way of our, that's why you hear how, like, I created this saying that we give ourselves karma, because karma is literally cause and effect. How does cause and effect become a thing? Consequences of one's actions, what we do, what we don't do, etc. And all of this can be in alignment with how we feel, how we think, etc. Because that's how we create our reality, beliefs, actions, thoughts. Life doesn't have to be difficult. It doesn't have to hurt so bad. We just take it those ways. We've been programmed a certain way. You know, even our ancestors, you know, we've learned it from somewhere. If the world has taught us positivity all day long, never darkness and this and that. And the thing is, I'm not saying people literally sat up there and taught you this, taught you that, but it's just the way that, like, we perceive things, what I'm saying. Simplify your life. Enjoy the journey. Release control. Everything is smooth sailing. Get out of your head. Don't feel like, oh, they're playing with me, or oh, they did this, so now I'm feeling insecure. That's your own doing. You're literally causing yourself karma, because you over here taking things personal. Now you over here depressed. Now you over here stressed out. Your feelings are valid. But what I'm saying is, damn, you literally, life is not gonna feel good at all going at it this way. And it'd be the main ones who probably be like, oh, I don't really care anyway. No, you care. You care. Everyone does. Now, see, when you learn how to detach from a certain space, a certain level of thinking and all this other stuff, see, you can be aware, you can be this and that, but I'm telling you, the definitions shift a bit when it comes to our perspectives, and when it also comes to how we feel, our mind, how we take, I'm telling you. Look, literally embracing enthusiasm. As I was telling the collective before, it's easier said than done, especially being programmed in a world that already existed, being taught how to live, how to feel, you know, society being society and everything else, you know. The world is literally hurting each other. We are literally, why the world is how it is today, human beings. We're doing it to each other. And the thing is, how are we supposed to feel? Because we can't even blame others or ourselves, you know. So it's just like we just have to come to our senses in a way. But how can we do that if it's natural to become depressed or stressed or feel hurt by things or this and that? That's why it starts with self. We can't control anything outside of ourselves. We can't control self, the way we think, etc. We have free will for a reason. So what are you going to use that free will for? To continue to create theories in your brain and say, oh, this person meant this, and they're a gaslighter, and they're a manipulator, and they're a narcissistic. And if that's how you want your life to be, then that's you. But me, I prefer inner peace, especially being a being of love. Like, you take things, you're pretty sensitive to things, how people treat you. You probably take it personal. Like, you know, you can even internalize it and start feeling insecure. What if I would tell you right here, right now, that you literally causing yourself depression and stress for no reason? Whatever somebody else got going on has nothing to do with you. And vice versa. Whatever you have going on has nothing to do with the next person. If you just look at it like that. Like, think about it. Taking your anger out on people, doing this, doing that. You realize, see, it ain't even you. It's really, you know, my own triggers, my trauma, my this, my that. Tea leaves are really significant. Fortune telling, all that, because this literally look like the traditional way of doing like a tea leaf. When the querent drinks from the cup, and then you look in it. A starry night is significant. I'm instead of getting that staying on the brain thing. Yep. You guys, this most definitely is going to be a part 2 of the reading that I did not long ago for the other collective. That collective is going to be a part 1 because it's basically the same message. I went live on my backup account first, and then I decided to go live on my main account, which is this account. I'm literally getting the same message. So I think I'm going to go ahead, not I think, but I'm most definitely going to label this as like a part 2 because it was supposed to be separate. I was gonna really get into some other stuff, but I'm still picking up on this energy. You know, everything is broad, right? But just intuitively, or just the way that I'm reading, I just got called to reading in this way. So I just, you know, feel like maybe a new group of people need to hear the same message, but most definitely a part 2. So if you guys want to see the part 1, it will be uploaded on my YouTube. I'll have to, of course, save it off of TikTok and then upload it. So before the week is up, I'm sure I'll have that uploaded. Today is currently January 10th. It's a Saturday. You know, 10 ties to renewal, literally. And I see somebody has the year of 2026 in their name. So, like I said, I know a lot of you guys, some things are easier said than done, but practice makes perfect. Even faking it till you make it can be a thing, right? This song is called Eyes Wide Open by KWN. See, it's like when you go through some things for a while and then you just start picking up on wisdom and then you see things from a certain perspective. It's like you just see things in a certain way for real, to where it just seems like you're being delusional if you don't see it in that, if you see it in any other way or whatever the case may be. But see what I mean by going back to the first collective I did, like how sometimes it's like how it seems like it's almost like our nature to embody a certain type of energy, but it's literally segregating us. It's literally causing us to pass away earlier because we become stressed, we become depressed. Open. And I could be talking to the wisest, most intelligent individuals, but what if I tell you the most intelligent and wisest person, especially taking things in this way as we do, was not as wise or intelligent? Look, optical illusion, not what it seems. Mirage, trap, unclear, visual effect, confusion, head trip, trick, hallucination, hocus pocus, sleight of hand, projection, predictive programming. I'm literally giving you a message from what I feel, and it's confirming literally what I'm saying. It's like, but the thing is, sometimes we're going to confuse ourselves and we're going to be like, nah, going back to like what I said, nah, it's delusional to just think it that way. Because, of course, if you feel like something is right, you're going to feel like that's the right. What if what you feel like was right was wrong? What if you feel like was wrong was right? Like, those type of situations. What if you thought was truth was an illusion? This message is not going to be very long, because I mean, we've already done the message like for like almost an hour, so this will probably be a good 30 minutes. So if you guys do want to get on the list for a personal, please let me know in the chat. Don't forget, I don't just do tarot, oracle, or intuitive psychic readings. I also am, other than the divination practitioner, I am a wise counsel, multifaceted advisor, holistic consultant. The list goes on. Excuse me. So if you're ever looking for readings, advice, life coaching sessions, etc., please make sure you message me. If you want to get on the list for any of my services or schedule a free consultation, you can let me know in the chat, or you can DM me. If you guys are, you can't afford my prices, if you're low income, struggling, I do provide free advice for those of you, and discounted prices for my other services, all services. But if you guys can't afford my prices, I have $7 to $10 questions, $25 to $50 readings. This song is by Leah. It's called Smoothies and Snacks. That could be literal, it could be metaphorical, or it could just be a song that's a channel song. It is. Basically, the message is life is what you make it. I literally made a 3-part video explaining how life is what you make it. A shift of perspective, I'm telling you. But if we see things in a certain way, that's how our reality would be. If we look at life in a downside point of view and a negative point, that's how it would be. We were taught to believe that there's positive and negative and this and that, and that's how life will be. If you grew up in a world where everybody taught just positive is positive, then that's how your reality will be. If you grew up in a world where negative, no, only negative, that's how it will be. In this reality, for a lot of us, it's taught positive and negative, but you got to remember who created these things. Human beings. You're a human being yourself. You can create whatever you want, just like other people did. You're going based off what other people believe in. We never really had the chance to be our own individuals. We grew up either religious or we came into spirituality. We always something that existed before us. Nothing that we necessarily created of our own. But the thing is, other people created it. People who are human like you, bleed like you bleed. People who are possibly not even... See, I don't want to discredit people, but I also want to, validate things and state things. Like how a lot of people don't really be in the best energy. A lot of us operate from trauma or just passed down generational curses. The way we think, the way we feel, the way we operate, etc. Like, are you really living as your authentic self right now? Like, just think. Or are you living as a traumatized, projected, believed version of yourself? Like, just think about it. So life can be great. It can feel great. But it doesn't, because we were taught, nah, life is filled with ups and downs. Nah, people are bad. People are evil. Or nah, da-da-da. And I'm not excusing, trigger warning, the crimes and, the genocide and the molestation. Like, no, these are real. This exists. Your feelings are valid. Of course. I'm talking about something else. I'm talking about the way we perceive things, we feel about things, the way we look at things. That's a huge reason why there's depression, there's stress, there's this, there's that. This song is called Beauty in Essex. By Daniel Caesar and, some other people. 333. Believe in magic. the impossible is possible. Like I said, sometimes when you just been on this journey for a while, a lot of you guys, I'm sure you're older than 10 years old, right? So imagine you've already had a decade worth of living and programming, etc. So like I said, some things are not, it's like easier said than done. But like I said, when you just choose to, okay, I'm going to deprogram to reprogram, that's how it's going to be easier. Deprogramming to reprogramming, not necessarily trying to reprogram where you already have a lot going on. You've been programmed since you've been in school since you were 4 years old for a lot of you guys. Then you went to you all the way to 12th grade. Like, this is not to point the blame, to point the finger. Man, it's like a sad thing, you know. And the world is like similar. It seems like it's never ending, but everybody is still like blind. Even the people who feel like they're not. Like I said, you can be the wisest, most intelligent, right? Based on statistics, based on how you this and that. But deep down, it's like, what if all of us was just blind as hell? We thinking we just the most wisest and intelligent. Of course, if the world, in this world, this earthly plane, this is what wisdom is. This is what this is. And the thing is, we're all autonomous regardless. So we're all going to feel like wisdom is different from this. Intelligence is different from this person's and what they feel like intelligence is. This is. But what if even outside of all of us put together, it's even more deeper than that? It is going back to being a product of your environment, but deeper. Sometimes we think we know what sayings mean, but it can always equal to something else, especially depending on how you look at things. Like how you look at things, it can be in many, many ways. You see how many people exist in the world and how we're all autonomous. But like I said, you guys, I recorded a message like this already on live, and I'll be uploading it this week. I'll make sure I download it today. Sometimes TikTok, it takes its time, you know, when it comes to downloading stuff. So whenever TikTok, you know, sends it to my photo album, I'll upload it to YouTube. I'll mark it as part 1. And whenever I save this one and TikTok sends it to my photo album, I'll mark this one as part 2. Make sure you guys go back to this reading. I need you to really understand, because sometimes a lot of us, we don't really be at that level of mark to hear certain messages to comprehend. And I mean like on a deeper subconscious level. Like a lot of things, it's like deep, but not deep for real, you know? Enjoy the journey. Simplify your life. Release control. Just exist. Just exist. You've been exposed to things, you've been hurt, but I feel like life is supposed to be fun. It's supposed to be filled with joy. We're the only ones that's getting in the way of that. I'm literally telling you. I'm telling you. What if I told you you were the one that was getting in the way of your happiness, joy, no matter what other people got going on or what they doing? All of us together. Only people that's causing destruction to the world is human beings. Dirt digging in the reverse. Leave it alone. Stop trying to find a problem. There's no problem. It's problems have been created for centuries, so of course it's normal. It's almost one's nature to do so. Man, moving can be literally, figuratively. You can even apply it to the message that I'm giving you, which is 9 times out of 10 how I would give the message anyway, to stay on topic with the reading anyway. But it can always resonate in a literal sense, figurative, whatever. But some of you guys, you're going to come into a shift due to a shifted perspective, whatever the case may be. I feel like you're meant to be unbothered, living life on a boat somewhere. Some of y'all would be really, really further in life right now if you didn't let your own, like, negative thinking, etc. get in the way. And I'm not saying, once again, I'm not saying what you went through, it hurt yet, but I'm telling you, I just feel like it wasn't meant to be that bad. I don't feel like anything in life was meant to be that bad or feel that bad. some of y'all, you got me messed up. You got me confused with somebody else. And it's like, it's not even we all supposed to be like not segregated. Literally, color ain't supposed to be a thing. This gender ain't supposed to be a thing. All this other stuff. And I mean, I'm not gonna necessarily say what should be, what shouldn't be, but I'm mainly talking about something that's like literally like segregation, love, perception. Like, that's different, you know? Once you're back in the reverse, we hold on to things. We have grudges. That's probably why everybody passed away. I wonder if if like the earthly plane and everything was filled with like more positive than negative, people probably would never die. Like, I just wonder. People probably pass away because shoes. Child, you never know. You never know. Some people probably looking at me like, girl, what are you talking about? It's natural for people. This message ain't for them at the moment. This message ain't for them. Man. And you don't have to force things. You don't have to force things. You don't have to not set boundaries. Like, that's not what I'm talking about. But I feel like we've been I don't know if the human species is cursed at this point, only because we're cursing ourselves, literally. How we think, but we literally have free will. And do you not see how the world has come to be? Like, it's crazy. Ignoring. He chose me, said, right. See, you don't need the proof. You don't need the validation from people who lived a century ago or 2 centuries ago, whatever the case may be, the 1st century. Why do you need that? We're all different. It don't matter if they was born in the 1st century or the last century, child. You gotta trust self. And like I said, it's understandable. We grew up believing in things outside of ourselves anyways. It's understandable. Like I said, that's why I said a lot of these things, it's almost like it's human nature to be in certain energies. But it's crazy. Legal. What if blue was red? What if left was right? What if the original name of God was literally human or something? Like, I don't even know what to say. Well, I do, but it's like, I've said, you know, now in today's world, you just got a lot of craziness going on. Literally a planet of a circus. Chaos, like, this is not to blame each other or self, because that's no point anyway. You know, similar to like, forgive them for they know not what they do. The crazy thing is, shit. Man, it's like the whole world, even if people feel like they're woke, just sleep. Don't forget to give me a follow, you guys, or you may never see my face again. We literally start in problems. Not being vulnerable, not doing this. And like I said, this is not to beat you up about things, but to help you become aware in some way and somehow. Because how can we become aware if we think what's real is real? If we think what's fake is fake? If we think this is the way? If we think... It's just like, do you understand what I'm saying? I'm about to end the message. But like... you've been programmed, it's like, say if you try to move differently, sometimes it's gonna be easier said than done, because I mean, you've been here for over a decade now, programmed, doing things a certain way, operating from your traumatized self, etc., which is not even your authentic self. We got the first light here. It says beginning a new cycle. It's encouraged. It's a mind thing. Everything is connected anyway. Mind, body, soul. We got stepping into power. It says you are strong beyond measure. I'm literally trying to tell you. But I'm about to get ready to end this message, you guys. See, this makes me not even feel a pull to do anything specifically romantic based, because all of this separation, platonic, romantic, and I don't know. Well, we think, a lot of us, we think, oh, this is weird, this is fake, this is negative, this is pop. We label everything. We take a lot of things personal. We give ourselves trauma. Why are we giving ourselves trauma? And why are we dishing out? It's like, I don't even want to say that, because it's like, I was going to be like, why are we giving each other trauma? And I don't mean to say that, because of course, like, this is not to point the finger or anything. Because like I said, even if we were to give each other trauma, I don't feel like we should have internalized it. I don't feel like it should have been named trauma. I don't feel like it should have been taken in that way either. Now everybody depressed. Now everybody's stressed. Now everybody's struggling. Now everybody's segregated. You can literally walk next side by side by a human being and not say anything to them, not even look their way. The world is so divided. And I mean it deeper than the way that a lot of people are saying, oh, we're divided. It's just something that's deep, but not even deep, but it's extremely deep though. Like, grounding is in the reverse. It says go deep, explore your roots. But we think when we go deep, we going deep. Like I said, it's easier said than done. I understand that. But how about we stop telling ourselves that it's easier said than done and just do it? But I'm being gentle with y'all as well, because like I said, when you grow up in a world in a particular way, you just a product of your environment. It's like sad, low-key. You probably wake up the next day, not even being that awakening that you was experiencing anymore. Then being surrounded by a whole bunch of people who are also not in that energy, you know. That's why I feel like solitude, we be in solitude for a reason. And a lot of you guys, confirmation, like I said in the first collective, when solitude energy had came up. But it went all the way down from 2-digit viewer to 1-digit viewer. Literally 1 viewer. I'm telling you, the world, I'm telling you, man. 119 on the clock. But it's okay, because that's the thing about it. How regardless, you come into this world alone, and you will pass away that way. It's letting you know everybody doesn't have to be on that same realization, that same momentum, that same thinking, that whatever. Because life is what you make it. But it will be a hell of a world if everybody shifted into that energy. The world probably would never end. And I mean that in a way of people will possibly not even be able to be deceased. Because we're not creating stress or things that are literally attacking our immune systems, which is shit. We probably never get old here, child. I don't know, but channel song, love songs, Cash Page. I'm telling you, love, 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 man. And then somebody came in with the name Humble. 999 on the clock. I'm about to get up out of here, you guys. I'll see you in the next one. Don't forget to give me a follow if you haven't already, or you may never see my face again. I am a wise counsel, holistic consultant, multifaceted advisor, divination practitioner, and many more things. If you're ever looking for a reading, question, advice, life coaching sessions, and the list goes on, please make sure you reach out to me. Please keep up with my link tree so that you may never get scammed, and so that you can keep in touch with, in case I update my name or anything like that. If you want to check out my reviews, it is on my website. If you want to leave a review, you may do so. I'll appreciate it. But I will see you guys in the next one. All right? And I'll return the collective's energy back to them, and I'll release my energy back to me.